Good afternoon. Oh, let me just turn off the sound on there. That will be better. We don't want it to be doubled up. That will never do. But welcome in to my craft room, my messy craft room, as always. It's lovely to be here and to be with you. Let me just do that. Okay. My name is Helen Jennings. It's been a long time since I've done a proper live. I've not clicked all my buttons and got it all set up just as it should be. But hopefully, there we go. Hopefully, buttons are clicked now. My name is Helen Jennings. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator based here in the UK, and it's lovely to welcome you in. You'll see down the bottom that Love-a-Duckie.co.uk is my website, and there's a host code there for May as well. So information if you would like it. And as I've said, my website is Love-a-Duckie.co.uk, and if you head on over to there, you'll find lots of inspiration, links to classes, links to downloads, links to shops, all sorts of things over on my website, and you can go and join up for newsletters, all sorts of things, which is something I've been working on this morning, nearly ready to hit send on this week's newsletter. So there's some things that you can find over on my website. Some things that are happening at the moment. We have obviously just had the launch last week of a brand new catalogue, and if you are yet to get your hands on a brand new catalogue, then do head on over to my website, and there you should be able to, if you go under contact at the top, you should be able to order request, sorry, too many words, request a catalogue over on my website. I am trying to multitask, which is never good, is it? We've had a whole Facebook likes to change things every now and then, and they have changed the way that I can go live into groups. So I'm not able to go into my craft, my group with my lives like I used to be able to. I used to be able to go live on my page, on YouTube, and in my group all at the same time. They've changed the way that I can do that, so I now can't go live into my group, but hopefully I have just shared across the link so that it is now going live in there anyway. Right, so yes, if you'd like a new catalogue, then do come and do go onto my website if you haven't already had one. Either message me directly or go onto my website, and under the contact tab at the top, you will find where you're able to request a catalogue. And the other really exciting things that is happening during the month of May is that there is an absolutely fabulous join offer. So if you have ever considered joining the Stampin' Up family, now is a brilliant time to be doing that, because starter kit, as always, is £99. That hasn't changed. As always, you're going to be able to go on and choose £130 worth of product of your choice. But in addition to that, you are going to receive during the month of May all 5 in colour ink pads, all 5 in colour Stampin' White markers, a pack of card that contains 4 sheets each, I think, of all of those in colour card colours, and a pack of the in colour DSP. All of that is worth £78.25. So if you add that to the £130 worth of product that you can choose, you're going to get £208.25 worth of product for a price of £99. So that obviously is UK prices, but the value will be equally good wherever in the world you are. But obviously, wherever you in the world you are, you can't join my team. But if you're here in the UK or thereabouts, then I would love to welcome you into the Love-a-Duckie team. So Love-a-Ducklings team. So do reach out and find out a little bit more about that. Right, let's bring in my downward facing camera, and here is that beautiful shiny new catalogue. And I did do a walkthrough of this last week because it is very different in set out from catalogues we've had in the past. So do go, if you've not yet seen that, do go and head over if you've not seen anybody walk you through the catalogue. I'm going to turn to page 69, and here we have a bundle. Now this bundle is one of the bundles that you get 10% off. So if you buy both the stamp set and the dies when it's bundle priced, the bundle will cost you 10% less than buying those things individually. So the bundle for this one, for the Spotlight on Nature, is £49.50. Lovely stamp set, absolutely fabulous dies. So I've got them here in front of me, so I'll show you those slightly below in real size, but there's a few little samples that you can see there. All of them have used both the dies and the stamp set, and you picked out the different images in there. You've got the flower, you've got the butterfly, you've got the greenery there, and then also in this stamp set you have got a couple of nice sentiments, dear friend and thanks, and then you have got like this little crosshatch here, and down the bottom here you've got a splatter die. If you've ever seen my videos before, followed me anywhere before, you will know that I am very partial to a splatter die, a splatter stamp. So there's the stamp set, Spotlight and Nature. You've got sort of the outline details, which means it's a stamp set just waiting to be coloured in. And then we have the dies. Now it's a very big set of dies. You have got 2 sets of circles, and as you can see, those circles have got different designs around the outside. So some of them have got dashes, some of them have got like these radiating stitchy bits, holes, all sorts of different patterns going around the outside of those dies. They are a fabulous collection of circles. I'm going to give you these sort of lovely lacy elements, and the dies all cut on this outside edge but not on this inside edge, so you can layer them up, and then you'd have you know, if you put one of these, cut those together, then you would just be getting that outside edge off of that one, and then another circle that wouldn't be cut in the middle. But then of course you could always add in another one, and you could have all sorts of things going on with those. But it does mean that you get a circle with a pattern around the outside and a solid middle that you're going to be able to stamp on or add die cut details to. As I say, just a really great set of dies. So the stamp set is really pretty. The dies are an absolute must have. But of course, if you buy them both, then you get them at a bundle price. Now, when we went to On Stage back in March, this was I actually had this set. I had that set then because we did like a crafty event on the first evening, and these are the cards I created with my stamp set on that evening. There were no die cuts on these ones because we didn't have a die cutting machine with us, so we were just using the stamps. So you can see the foliage in the background, and these are the flowers simply stamped onto those pieces in the front. And you'll notice in coloured card as well. There's some summer splash, and here is some shy shamrock. Take me a little while to get all of those names off pat. Pretty in pink card base here. This is some watercolor card. This was Lemon Twist, I think, the green on this, but we've got some of the petunia pop up there. We've got some of the peach pie in there as well. You can see where I've used this sort of crosshatch stamp on this little strip just here. And then we've got the greenery again and the butterfly again. You've got, and then in the background here, I don't know whether you can pick that up, used the crosshatch in the background there to give some texture to that card base. And this piece just here is actually a piece of white card that has been just painted with the peach pie. So it just gives it that sort of water wash sort of effect on it. Really lovely. Yeah, let's say the butterfly and the greenery on there. So those are 3 cards I made back when we were in Rotterdam, which seems a long time ago now. Well, it was a couple of months ago now, nearly. But let's have a little look at what we could do with our card. I've actually got here a pack of in colour DSP. This in colour DSP is really beautiful. Let's undo this. So you've got the pretty in pink. You've got this greenery on one side, stripes on the other, and then the other design is these. I don't quite know what you describe those as, but it's a very pretty design. And then on the back of that, got sort of circles, not quite dots, and obviously that then is repeated in all of the colours: pretty in pink, peach pie, shy shamrock, petunia pop, and summer splash. So really pretty. So I think we'll take ourselves a thick white card base. I'm going to take this. This is already cut in half. Let's score it in half. Oh, just catching up on comments. Good morning, Tina. Hi, Roz. Oh, good. So Roz has got the bundle on her way to her, and Tina can't wait to get it. Excellent. It is very pretty. I'm going to fold that. So this is a top folding tent fold card. So for us here in the UK, that is 29.7, the full length of an A4 piece of card, cut at 10.5. Obviously, if you were doing an equivalent in Imperial land, then you would have your 11 inches by 4.25 scored at 5.5. So let's put that just there. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some bits of DSP and let's have a look. I think I'm going to take circles and stripes. Nope, circle, stripe, and then a circle. Let's go with our in colour papers. And I'm going to cut them to 2-inch strips. Yes. 2-inch strips. Two more 2-inch strips. And finally, the last 2-inch strip. And then width-wise, I'm going to cut them to 9, I think. Let's go 9 centimeters. So 2 inches is imperial length card base is slightly shorter than a metric one, but 2 centimeters is around about 3/4 of an inch. And I'm sure that will still work. Let's take these little bits and pop them to one side. We will no doubt want to use those in a bit. And we'll have these coming down the length of our card. I want to go Petunia Pop in the middle. Yes, I think I do. I'll decide in a minute whether I want them to be straight or a bit wonky. We'll see how we go. Then let's find our stamp set. Take the butterfly and some Memento ink. I think I'll go to stamp some butterflies onto DSP. Let's go with our 3 circle papers, and we'll take the Summer Splash as well. Find a pair of paper snips. And we will fussy cut our butterflies. Now, I think I'm going to make the decision to cut off their antennae. Sorry, little butterfly. Do not fear, we'll probably come back and draw you some more in. We'll see how we go. But some things are just not worth the pain point. My neighbours have very annoyingly decided to light a bonfire. I do have washing on the line, which means I have had a couple of chunters. It's also making my eyes sting a little bit. Not very good neighbour etiquette. Lighting bonfires in the middle of the day. We are, after all, only lunchtime here. You would normally wait till evening time when you can check that everybody's washing is in before you light a bonfire. Right, so there we have three little butterflies stamped onto that pretty DSP. Swap those around so that they're not up against the same colour. Right, just trying to arrange those so they're spots and stripes. So then we'll want a sentiment. Shall we go for dear friend? I'm talking the other day about how often songs pop into your head. Just had Dear Susan pop into my head with that one. Yes, they will, Roz. They will indeed smell like bonfire. Not good. Oh, overstamped that a little bit. One of my lovely ladies, Jackie, always says, let's use our emergency side on our strip of card. Even our emergency side is decidedly crooked. Come along, Helen. Dear, oh dear. I'm going to do that. A bit of colour behind there. Wondering actually whether to come in. Just a little smidge of black rather than pick one of the colours in paper. Right, let's bring in, stuck my thumb in my Memento. Whenever Memento is the colour I tend to get over my hands more than any other, and the one that I'm most likely to smudge onto a card or whatever. Yeah, that makes that pop quite nicely on there, doesn't it? Actually quite tempted to extend the idea of that black and white. The black card. And let's cut that to 14.4 by 10. There. I'll take some basic white, and I would normally do this 0.5 centimetre shorter than my mat, make it 14 and 13.9, make it 13.9 by 9.5, but I don't think I want it to be quite that big of a border around the outside. So I think I'm going to make it 14.1 by 9, 7. No, yes, 9, 7. just give it a hint of black without being too big an amount of black. Let's have a look. In our paper. Let's bring in butterflies. Yeah, I quite like that with a pop of black. And let's bring in sentiment. Nice. Right, I'm going to have a dig and see. Bring in some black twine. I don't know about you, but I have my Essentials twine pack, and the black is the one that seems to go down the quickest. That says more about me than everybody else. I have to to consciously think, make sure you use the white gets used quite a lot, but yeah, very vanilla and the grey granite to think about a bit more. Right, let's do some sticking. I'm going to find some dimensionals. Let's bring across our paper so that we can stick these together. Wiggle that so it's nice and even. And we will stick that direct to our card base. Ooh, I hadn't seen Sarah's with strips. It's just a nice way of bringing in all the colours, new ink colours, isn't it? You could equally do it with pieces of card. You could emboss pieces of card if you wanted to give them a bit of texture. I'm going to go top and bottom first. I am putting them on straight. You can make them a bit wonky. By eye. We'll come in the centre with these. And the bottom one, the Shy Shamrock. Bottom here. Let's just give these a bit of a curl. Just get my bone folder out to do that, but I am just using my fingers on this occasion. I do need to grab myself some more glue dots. need to make a mental note that I need to add some to my shopping list. Oh, apologies, I've just caught my stand. Right, let's pick up a glue dot on my bow. Have that coming just here. Have a butterfly coming in over the top. Take off that second backing and then it will stick much better. And we'll have our dear friend sentiment coming in. Down there. And last but not least, a final little butterfly. Him just there. Just try and ease that one down a little bit more. There we go. And then I think we need some embellishments. Just looking round. I know I've had them this morning. So I'm sorting them out. Now there's a couple of different in colour options. I'm going to go for the shimmer gems. I'll cut them up to get them in my little pot. And I think I'm going to go with the peach pie ones. Let's just have a few little of those shimmer dots on there. So there's one little card in those beautiful new in colours that are just fabulous. And for this one we have been using the butterfly from that Spotlight in Nature. Let's just bring in a pen and we'll give them some antlers. So there we are. One little card created with Spotlight on Nature, but I think for the other card we very definitely need to be digging in to these beautiful dies. They're just stunning. And you could mix and match across the two. The sizes are the same, so the two biggest ones are the same size and so on as it goes down, so you can easily mix and match as you go across. I think I'm going to take these two just here. And let's stick with our in colours. I've actually got a Shy Shamrock card base just here. Let's use that. So just standard card base, 21 centimetres by 14.9 or 8.5 by 5.5, folded in half. We'll die cut a couple of these circles. I think we'll go playing around a bit with colour. my colours and seeing which ones I want. I'm going to make a mat for the front of the card. Cut a piece that's 10 by 14.4, or that would be 5 1/4 by 4 inches. So on the front there, and we'll perhaps emboss that. And then let's take another piece. I go shy shamrock. No, I'm going to take another piece of shy shamrock, I think. And we'll cut one of these from shy shamrock. Let's just cut that a little bit, ready to go through the die cutting machine. And we'll do the same with a bit of basic white for this one. Just going to go and die cut those 2 circles. Through they go. For this one, you can see you've got this sort of radiating stitch type effect all around the outside of that. And this one, they've knocked out really nice and easy, haven't you? You've got this sort of, I don't know, it's like a leaf pattern, isn't it? And we can layer those up on top of each other. They just are such lovely dies. Have that coming on the front of our card there. Let's have a dig about and have a look at our new embossing folders. I'm going to go with this eyelet one, which is just really beautiful. Just run that through the machine. A 3D embossing folder, so obviously we just needed their base plate and the plate number 4 to run that through. It's a really lovely embossing folder. Right, in some shy shamrock and let's have a look. I'm going to take this circle just here and I'm going to take the stamp that's got the leaves on. Let's ink that up in shy shamrock. I have one coming across there, and going to have a flower coming on the top of it anyway, so it won't matter that this overlaps just here because we're going to cover that up. There we have in the background there some greenery, let's take a blender pen, and I'm just going to drag out that colour a little bit. This pen is a little bit on the dry side, but it's dragged it out enough just to give it a bit sort of more of an infill look. And now I'm going to take the flower image, just having a think about what colour I might go with. I'm going to colour this in and stamp this in Memento. Is that wide enough, that piece of card? Will it go on? I think it will, just about. Yes. Right, I'm going to take some Petunia Pop blends. Let's bring in a bit of peach pie as well. And I think I'm going to go shaded spruce. Right. Just got the light shaded spruce here. Just adding some colour to these leaves. And then I'm going to take the dark peach pie and come in on the base of these flowers. And then dark Petunia Pop. There the lines are indicating darker shading using the dark Petunia Pop. Let's bring in our light Petunia Pop. Morning, Jackie. Afternoon for us here, but morning for you. Lovely to have you join us. I'm just coming in with a light petunia pop and sort of bringing that all together. Having a play with the spotlight on nature today, Jackie. Lovely stamp set, but absolutely stunning dies. Right, I'm going to do a bit more fussy cutting. Not going to want all of the bottom of here. Let's see. I think I'm going to sort of make that my starting point. Need to have coloured all those leaves in, need I? Round we come. Now, I think I may need to use my splatter stamp just because I love a splatter stamp. Let's cut this out first. More haste, less speed. There we go. I am in Northamptonshire, Jackie. So I suppose we're about an hour and a half up the M1 from Derby on the same train line. Derby's a city I've been to in a past life a couple of times on training courses, but never actually visited as a going to check it out and see the sites visitor. Perhaps that's something I should add to my list. Things to do, places to go. Just making our way around the bottom bit now. Not the easiest stamp set to fussy cut. There are far easier ones, but not impossible either. We're going to come up the center here and take out some of this white in here. We do have just our flowers. Decide. Oh, excellent. Yes, I know a lot of people. There were a few people that came over to Rotterdam for the for on stage that found it was as cheap, if not cheaper, to come to Europe than it was to fly across states in the US. Right, splatter stamp. I love a splatter stamp. Let's get that out. I think we'll add in because we've used some peach pie in the colouring in of our flower, I think we will. Hello, Therese from France. It's lovely to have you join me. I often see your lovely comments pop up on my blog posts. So it's lovely to have you here in person. Let's add in, take out that green at the back just so that we don't. Have it coming over there. Shall we have a little butterfly as well, do we think? Let's find ourselves a little bit of white card. I don't know about you, but I've always got little bits of white card floating around. I've got a whole stash of them that I just dip into for sentiments and things. But this one is definitely big enough for a butterfly as well. I think let's come in the base of our butterfly with some peach pie. Make peach pie a much more dominant feature of this one. And then let's bring in the paler petunia pop, I think. Let's come back in with the light peach pie and just blend over where those two colours meet a little bit. Right, we'll cut this butterfly out too. Fussy cutting central today. I might attempt the antennae this time, as I'm only cutting one, not three. We can try them if all else goes wrong. If it all goes wrong and they get chopped off, well, we can worry about that in a minute. Right. Okay, and then we just need sentiment to come on there. So I think we'll use the thanks this time, shall we? And I think we will come in with memento. And a bit more fussy cutting just to finish off. Thank you. There we have a thanks. Right, let's put this together. So we have embossed our white with the new eyelet embossing folder, 3D embossing folder, of course, many of them are these days. And then I think I will stick this flat. My glue's getting to the end. So this is one of those fabulous circle dies. This one has radiating stitches coming around the edge. This one has the sort of almost leafy eyelet detail coming around the edge, so it works nicely with that embossing folder. Let's pop this up with some dimensionals, I think. Mini ones, obviously, to work on these little areas. Yep, I think that will work just there. We can get another one in there. Let's take the back off of these. So that pale shaded spruce works quite nicely with shy shamrock, just a slightly different shade, but that's what we wanted it to be. It's different foliage. We wanted it to be slightly different. And then, where have you gone? Thanks. Oh, thanks, thanks. Where have you gone? Oh, there you are. Got a butterfly just here. Where should we have him coming up the top here, I think? So we've had a real good play with some of the new in colours today, as well as with this stamp set and the dies. Just over the top there, we'll pop that. Just grabbing a little bit of linen thread here, folding it in half to make a double bow. So trim that off. Find those blue dots. And let's go back to our embellishments. I think I'm just going to take some basic rhinestones for this one. Oldies but goodies. Let's just one coming in down there. Obviously that will need an insert in it because it is a green card base. I'm just going to cut that to 9.5 by 13.9, or that would be 5 inches by 3 3/4. We were doing a imperial card. I'm going to take some Petunia Pop ink and add in a couple of Petunia Pop flowers in the bottom there before sticking that inside. Right, let's shut all of that up, move those out of the way. So we've created 2 little cards, one using the new In Colour DSP and stamping onto the paper and cutting that, so a bit of sort of not quite paper piecing because we've not pieced it to anything, but stamping onto the DSP to get those in colour butterflies. So you don't have to just stamp on cards, you can stamp on paper as well. And this one is going all out. We've got embossing folders, we've got die cuts, got background images, we've fussy cut, we've coloured it in with stamping blends. Yeah, so 2 cards there, both using that Spotlight on Nature stamp set and those, and also bringing in the gorgeous dies that are part of that same bundle. So I hope you've enjoyed those. It has been lovely to be back with you doing lives again. It's been a little while, as I say, since I've done one. I now have a new laptop. I have broke my laptop, which didn't help in my quest to do lives, but new laptop is now in the building, up and running, and we're back again creating lovely things with all the beautiful things from the new catalogue. So thank you for joining me today. I'll be back very soon. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just some nice DSP, Jackie, and strips of DSP and stamping onto DSP. But by all means, go back and watch again. Been lovely to have you join us. Hopefully, I will be back again later in the week. I'll attempt to be here on Friday. Who am I? What day is it? I'll attempt to be back on Friday. But until then, take care, everybody, and have a lovely week.